Hey, welcome to 3 and 1 on our midweek, and I am here. I hope you've had a great Christmas, and our Advent wreath is now here still, but it's not lighted. We've celebrated that. We are in Christmas. In fact, we are here the week right before Epiphany. Epiphany is Three Kings Day, Little Christmas in many Latin countries. It is the 12 days of Christmas. It's the end of the 12 days of Christmas. So Christmas isn't over. Some of you probably taken the decorations down. But I want to read to you that Jesus was born in Bethlehem. This is from Matthew chapter 2. He was born in Bethlehem in Judea during the reign of King Herod. At that time, some wise men from eastern lands arrived in Jerusalem and asking, "Where is the newborn King of the Jews? We saw his star as it rose, and we have come to worship him." Well, Herod was pretty upset about this. It says in verse 3, he was deeply disturbed when he heard this, as was everyone in Jerusalem. He called a meeting of the leading priests, the teachers of religious law, and asked, "Where is the Messiah to be born?" "In Bethlehem in Judea," they said, "for this is what the prophet wrote. And you, O Bethlehem, in the land of Judah, are not least among the ruling cities of Judah. For a ruler will come from you, who will be the shepherd for my people Israel." Well, Herod called a private meeting of the wise men. He learned from them the time when the star had first appeared. And he told them to go to Bethlehem and search for the child. Well, there's a lot that goes on there, and the wise men then go in, and Herod places an order to kill all children from age 2 and under. But when we jump down, we find out when they, meaning the wise men, saw the star, they were filled with joy. Here in front of me, I borrowed from our nativity scene, I didn't bring in, is the three wise men. There is no solid evidence they were kings of anything. They were very learned men who were particularly learned in astrology. And they followed the star. It guided them to Bethlehem. Hear this in verse 11. They entered the house and saw the child with his mother, Mary, and they bowed down and worshiped him. They opened their treasure chest and they gave him gifts of gold, frankincense, and myrrh. Jesus was probably about 2 years old. This did not happen on the night. That's why we have 12 days of Christmas. You're celebrating Epiphany. These are the first people to really recognize past the night of his birth, the shepherds, that this was the Messiah. And when it was time to leave, they returned to their own country by another route, for God had warned them in a dream not to return to Herod. You see, they were disposed to go back, but these three wise men were also men who had an open heart. They were men who sought worldly knowledge to advance their understanding of why they were on this earth, how they were created, and what their purpose was. They knew of the Messiah. We, as a church, as a people, as a society, need to be seeking this child who will grow into an adult. But for this season, right now, it's still Epiphany. We are celebrating with the three wise men from the East who have all the education of almost anybody of their time. But they knew what was most important, and that was to seek Jesus. I hope that you, this year, are claiming a new understanding and coming to join us at 3 and 1 and worship and know who Jesus is.